You are the master of your fate. Let's begin. Most people look at their family and see a collection of individuals bound by blood, shared history, and perhaps common experiences. They see the genetics, the childhood memories, the holiday gatherings, the arguments over dinner tables. This is the surface view, the biological and psychological reality that is, of course, undeniably true. But I tell you, this perspective misses a far deeper, more profound truth. Your family is not merely a collection of individuals bound by biology. It is a spiritual assignment, intricately woven into a larger cosmic design. Have you ever wondered why you were born into this specific family? Why, out of billions of possibilities across time and space, you found yourself connected to these particular parents, siblings, or extended relatives? Perhaps you share an undeniable bond of love that transcends words. Or, conversely, perhaps you face persistent friction, profound misunderstandings, or inherited patterns that seem to defy logical explanation. These aren't random occurrences. These aren't just quirks of fate. That unexplainable pull, that profound challenge, that undeniable connection, these are the unmistakable signatures of a spiritual contract. From my study of universal laws and the lives of those who achieved ultimate success, I came to understand that the infinite intelligence operates with absolute precision. Just as every star in the heavens, every atom, every natural law has a purpose, so too does every soul and every connection it forms. Your family is a divinely orchestrated crucible designed for specific spiritual lessons, growth, and contributions that are unique to your individual journey. You chose or were chosen for this particular bloodline at this particular time because it offers the precise environment, the specific challenges, and the unique opportunities necessary for your soul's expansion and the fulfillment of its invisible blueprint. Consider this: the unconditional love, that profound, unearned love you might experience, is often a reflection of a deeper spiritual bond, a mutual agreement to support each other's paths. The persistent friction, those challenging relationships or recurring conflicts, aren't meant to torment you. They often serve as mirrors, reflecting back unresolved aspects within yourself, or providing the necessary friction to develop specific virtues like patience, forgiveness, or unwavering self-belief. The shared destiny. Sometimes, a family line has a collective purpose, an inherited mission, or a spiritual debt to resolve that requires the cooperation and unique contributions of its members across generations. You are not an orphan of the cosmos. You are a precisely placed piece in a magnificent spiritual tapestry. By understanding this deeper connection, you begin to see your family not just as a given, but as a sacred space for growth. You realize that even the most difficult relationships carry profound lessons, and the most loving bonds are fortified by a spiritual purpose that extends beyond this lifetime. This shifts your perspective from passive acceptance to active engagement with the divine purpose embedded within your bloodline. Many individuals believe their birth into a particular family was a mere biological happenstance, a roll of the genetic dice. They see their family circumstances, its challenges, its triumphs, as purely earthly phenomena. But I tell you, to hold this limited view is to miss the profound spiritual intention behind your very existence within this specific lineage. The universal architect, that infinite intelligence that orchestrates all creation, operates with absolute precision. Nothing is random. Every soul is placed exactly where it needs to be, with whom it needs to be for a divine purpose. Your arrival into this specific bloodline was not an accident. It was a cosmic assignment, a meticulously planned placement designed to serve both your individual spiritual evolution and the collective purpose of your family line. Just as a master craftsman selects the perfect piece of wood for a specific part of a sculpture, you were chosen for this unique position within your family's tapestry. Consider the intricate layers of this cosmic assignment. 1. Individual soul growth. Your family provides the precise environment, the unique set of relationships, and the particular challenges that your soul needs to experience in order to learn specific lessons, develop particular virtues, and fulfill the unique aspects of your personal invisible blueprint. Perhaps you are meant to learn patience, or forgiveness, or leadership within a challenging dynamic. Perhaps you are meant to activate a dormant talent that runs in your bloodline. 2. Collective lineage purpose. Beyond your individual growth, your family itself often has a collective purpose, a spiritual mission spanning generations. Perhaps your lineage is meant to break a cycle of poverty consciousness, or to heal a pattern of unresolved conflict, or to pioneer a new form of service to humanity. You are an essential part of this larger story, bringing your unique energy to contribute to its unfolding. 3. Inherited strengths and challenges. You did not just inherit physical traits. You also inherited energetic patterns, both strengths and challenges, that are part of your family's spiritual inheritance. These are not burdens to merely endure, but raw material, either gifts to amplify or lessons to master. Your cosmic assignment includes recognizing these, consciously working with them, and transmuting what needs to be healed. 4. The timing is divine. Your birth into this family at this specific time is also part of the assignment. The historical context, the social environment, the spiritual climate all play a role in the lessons you are to learn and the contributions you are to make. No true master of self-mastery ever saw themselves as a victim of their circumstances. They recognized the divine intention behind every placement, every challenge, and every opportunity. They understood that even the most difficult family dynamics were not random afflictions, but precisely tailored classrooms designed for their highest growth. This perspective transforms resentment into inquiry and challenge into opportunity. By embracing your cosmic assignment, you shift from passively existing within your family to actively engaging with its spiritual purpose. You begin to see every interaction, every relationship, every challenge as a deliberate lesson intended to prepare you to fulfill the unique and vital role you were placed here to play. Once you accept that your family placement is a cosmic assignment, your perception of its inherent challenges undergoes a radical shift. What once felt like arbitrary suffering or unavoidable conflict begins to reveal itself as precisely tailored instruction. The very friction you experience in certain family dynamics is not a curse. It is often the most potent spiritual catalyst for your soul's expansion. Consider this: you cannot truly develop patience if everything is instantly harmonious. You cannot master forgiveness if no one ever errs. You cannot cultivate unwavering self-belief if you are constantly affirmed without ever being tested. Your family, in its unique composition, provides the perfect laboratory for these essential spiritual lessons. The universal architect designs these challenges not to break you, but to build you into the individual you are destined to become. Here's how to unpack and leverage these spiritual lessons within your family. 1. Identify the recurring pattern. Look for the persistent theme in a challenging family relationship or situation. Is it a struggle with control, a pattern of judgment, a difficulty with communication, a fear of abandonment? This recurring pattern often points directly to the specific spiritual lesson your soul is seeking to master. 2. Ask, what is this teaching me? When conflict arises or old wounds resurface, resist the urge to blame or retreat. Instead, take a deep breath and ask, what is the universe trying to teach me through this experience? What aspect of myself is being highlighted for growth? This question transforms victimhood into inquiry, turning pain into purpose. 3. Practice spiritual virtues actively. If the lesson is patience, consciously choose patience in the face of provocation. If it's forgiveness, actively extend forgiveness even if silently. If it's boundaries, courageously set them. These are not passive mental exercises. They are active applications of spiritual principles, like lifting weights for your soul. Each conscious application strengthens your spiritual muscle. 4. See beyond the personality. Sometimes, the most challenging family member is simply playing a role in your spiritual drama. See past their personality and recognize them as a mirror, reflecting a lesson you need to learn. This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it shifts your internal response from anger to understanding and wisdom. 5. Embrace forgiveness as release. Holding on to resentment or old family grievances is like carrying dead weight on your spiritual journey. Forgiveness, in its deepest sense, is not condoning wrongdoing, but releasing yourself from the burden of anger and allowing your energy to flow freely towards your purpose. It is a profound act of self-liberation. The truly wise understand that life's most profound breakthroughs often follow its most intense breakdowns, and many of those breakdowns occur within the crucible of family. The great men and women I studied did not shy away from difficulty. They recognized that the friction they encountered, particularly in close relationships, was a necessary catalyst for developing the character, resilience, and wisdom required for their ultimate achievements. They saw every family challenge as a custom-designed spiritual exercise. By embracing these challenges as spiritual catalysts, you cease to be a passive recipient of your family's dynamics. You become an active participant in your own spiritual evolution, deliberately transforming pain into power and conflict into profound growth. When most people think of family legacy, their minds immediately turn to material inheritance, a last name, a house, a business, or perhaps a sum of money. While these are tangible aspects of what one generation passes to the next, they represent only a fraction of the true, profound legacy that courses through your bloodline. Your family transmits more than just genes and possessions. It carries an energetic and spiritual legacy, a tapestry woven from the collective beliefs, triumphs, unresolved pains, and unfulfilled potentials of your ancestors. This invisible inheritance can manifest in many ways. Patterns of belief, perhaps a pervasive sense of scarcity, or a deep-seated belief in hard work, or a fear of success that has played out across generations. Emotional blueprints, tendencies towards anxiety, resilience, anger, or even specific forms of joy that seem to echo through your relatives. Unfinished business, dreams abandoned, injustices suffered, or spiritual lessons unlearned by those who came before you. You are not merely a recipient of this legacy. You are an active participant, and crucially, you possess the power to transform it. Your presence in this bloodline is not just to inherit, but to contribute to its spiritual evolution. Here's how you engage with and transform your ancestral spiritual legacy. 1. Become aware of the patterns. Observe your family dynamics, your own automatic reactions, and recurring life themes. Are there family stories or family curses that seem to repeat? This awareness is the first step. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. 2. Discern and embrace the positive. Identify the strengths, virtues, and wisdom that have been passed down. Perhaps a deep resilience, an unwavering sense of integrity, or a pioneering spirit. Honor these positive aspects, draw strength from them, and actively choose to perpetuate them. 3. Heal and release the limiting. Once you recognize a limiting pattern, e.g., perpetual fear of lack, a tendency to self-sabotage, understand that it is not inherently yours in the sense that you are condemned by it. It is an energetic thread that you can consciously choose to untangle. This often involves deep forgiveness, forgiveness for your ancestors for what they endured or passed on, and forgiveness for yourself for unconsciously participating in the pattern. This is a spiritual act of liberation. 4. Consciously create a new pattern. As you release the old, actively choose and embody the new. If the pattern was scarcity, cultivate abundance consciousness. If it was conflict, choose harmony. Your daily actions, your definite chief aim, and your commitment to your personal blueprint are the threads with which you weave a new, elevated spiritual pattern for your lineage. You are not a mere bystander in your family's spiritual journey. You are a pivotal point, a conscious agent of transformation within your bloodline. The greatest leaders I studied understood that their impact extended beyond their lifetime and beyond their immediate sphere. They lived with a sense of responsibility to those who came before them and those who would follow. They sought not just personal prosperity, but a legacy that would spiritually uplift their entire lineage. By actively engaging with your ancestral spiritual legacy, you don't just transform your own life, you become a beacon of healing and higher purpose for your entire bloodline, setting a new, illuminated course for generations to come. You've embarked on a profound journey, recognizing the divine purpose of your family, understanding its spiritual lessons, and beginning to engage with your ancestral legacy. Now, the crucial step is to consciously harmonize your individual blueprint, your definite chief aim, with the larger spiritual purpose of your family lineage. Many individuals mistakenly believe their personal destiny is an isolated path, entirely separate from their family story. They see their unique talents and ambitions as distinct, even at odds with their inherited connections. But I tell you, your individual destiny is often not separate from your lineage. It is, in truth, the flowering of its highest potential. When you align your personally definite chief aim with the spiritual trajectory of your bloodline, you tap into an immense, often unseen, reservoir of power and momentum. Consider how this harmony manifests. 1. Your purpose can fulfill an ancestral aspiration. Perhaps an ancestor held a dream that remained unfulfilled due to the limitations of their time or circumstance. Your definite chief aim, when aligned with your blueprint, might be the very manifestation of that long-held collective aspiration. You are completing a spiritual cycle. For instance, If your lineage had a history of suppression, your aim to empower others could be the healing flowering of that ancestral wound. 2. Collective strengths become your foundation. When you recognize and honor the positive spiritual and energetic strengths passed down through your family, for example, resilience, integrity, pioneering spirit, artistic talent, these become powerful foundations for your individual definite chief aim. You are not starting from scratch. You are standing on the shoulders of generations of spiritual progress. 3. Your challenges become universal lessons. The lessons you are mastering through family challenges, as discussed in Section 3, are not just for you. As you overcome these, you transmute the collective energy of your lineage, making the path smoother and clearer for future generations. Your triumph over family patterns sends ripples of healing throughout your entire bloodline, past, present, and future. 4. Amplified manifestation. When your personal definite chief aim is in harmony with the divine purpose of your lineage, the forces of the universe align with even greater potency. You are not just building for yourself, you are contributing to a larger, divinely intended flow. Opportunities and synchronicities accelerate as your individual will works in concert with the collective spiritual will of your ancestors and the universal architect. The greatest and most enduring legacies are those where individual brilliance converges with a higher, familial, or even societal purpose. The men I studied, like Andrew Carnegie, understood this. His definite chief aim to organize industrial resources and then distribute wealth was not just personal ambition. It aligned with a larger societal need, and perhaps even an ancestral impulse for contribution, making his work resonate on a scale that transcended individual effort. He didn't just build a fortune, he contributed to a blueprint for industrial progress and philanthropy. By consciously seeking this harmony between your personal definite chief aim and your family's spiritual lineage, you elevate your purpose beyond yourself. You become a conduit for profound healing, exponential growth, and a powerful contributor to a grand, unfolding design that blesses both your past and your future. We have now journeyed through the profound spiritual landscape of your family, uncovering its invisible blueprint. 1. The deeper connection, beyond biology, recognizing the spiritual contracts and purposes within your family relationships. 2. The cosmic assignment, why you were placed here, understanding that your family placement is precise and intentional for your growth. 3. Unpacking the lessons, challenges as spiritual catalysts, seeing friction as divine instruction for your soul's expansion. 4. The legacy beyond wealth, your ancestral contribution, engaging with and transforming the energetic and spiritual patterns of your lineage. 5. Harmonizing your blueprint with the family lineage, aligning your personal destiny with your bloodline's highest potential. You now possess a profound truth. Your family is not a random collection of people. It is a sacred space, a divinely designed crucible for your spiritual growth, and a vital part of a larger, unfolding cosmic plan. To embrace this truth is to transform your entire relationship with your family. It shifts from passive acceptance or emotional reaction to active, conscious participation in a grand, spiritual design. This understanding allows you to practice unconditional love, seeing family members through the lens of their spiritual purpose, even amidst challenges, fosters deeper empathy and allows for a more profound, unconditional love. Find peace in imperfection, recognizing that family challenges are lessons, not flaws, brings a sense of peace. You understand that the friction is designed for growth, and you can engage with it from a place of wisdom rather than just frustration. Become a generational transformer. By consciously healing old patterns and embodying new, higher vibrations, you become a pivotal point of light in your bloodline. You don't just receive a legacy, you actively shape and elevate it for generations to come. Accelerate your own blueprint. When your personal definite chief aim is harmonized with the spiritual purpose of your lineage, you tap into an immense wellspring of energy and support. Your individual journey becomes infinitely more powerful when aligned with this collective spiritual flow. The greatest leaders, the most impactful souls, understood that their work extended beyond their individual lives. They consciously contributed to a legacy, recognizing that their personal purpose was interwoven with the destiny of their lineage, and ultimately, humanity. Your family is your first spiritual assignment, your most immediate classroom. It is where many of your core lessons are presented, and where your capacity for love, forgiveness, and resilience is most profoundly tested and developed. So I urge you, look at your family not just with your eyes, but with your soul. See the divine intention, embrace the lessons, contribute your unique light, and in doing so, you will not only fulfill your own invisible blueprint, but also play a sacred role in the magnificent, ongoing journey of your entire bloodline. Remember, your success begins the moment you decide to act.